Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the archive. I know, I'm late yet again for yet another stream, 2 days in a row, but I'm here. I did say it was going to be here. I did say every day that I was scheduled, other than Saturday, of course, because I'm still up in the air about Saturday, that I'd be here, and even though I'm late, I am here. So, great. We're going to actually fucking start Heavensward today. I really don't count last stream as starting Heavensward because we didn't get far into it at all. We did mostly job quests for 3 hours and then got a little bit into the actual quest line. What can you do? My camera's off again. God damn it. I hate it when it does that. It likes to shift because of the cable pulling it in a certain direction. And it is... God. There we go. There we go. We're back in place, baby. So, goals for tonight. Firstly, we're going to pick up and complete the initial job quests of Astrologian, Machinist, and Dark Knight, just so I have the classes unlocked. I'm not going to do anything past that point. Just going to grab them. I have been sort of experimenting with a bunch of different classes, as you could probably tell, given the fact that I've now leveled Gladiator and White Mage to their respective levels. I just want to experiment, you know? I've been doing a lot of tanking in dungeons, mostly as Gunbreaker, but, you know, I'm experimenting with the other classes, trying to find secondary and tertiary main with the different roles, so I want to pick them all up. I am quite interested in Astrologian as my possible healer role. I'm not super interested in, like, Dark Knight particularly, but Machinist, I mean, who doesn't love guns? I love guns. Guns are great. But, regardless, let's get into it. I have new drip, as the kids these days call it, the drip. I was getting a little tired of the white Allegan, the high Allegan casting gear that I got from PvP. I didn't swipe it out for that much. That's different. This is just normal-ass Allegan gear that we got from Ultimate Coil, Bahamut. I do plan on swapping it out with the high Allegan or late Allegan code of casting that you can get from intermittent Moogle rewards at the moment. There's several things I want from that. I've been slowly earning the necessary tomestones to do that. It's been slow. I think I've got like 21 out of like the couple hundred I need for all the items I want, but you know, we're getting there. We've got all the way until like June 24th or something, so we'll be fine. I think, I hope, fingers crossed, go. I hope so. Yeah, I don't really think there's much else to really go over. We want... What quest do we want to do first? I think we progressed furthest into Astrologian, so I think we'll do that one first. Because I accidentally, you know, picked it up and actually progressed it a little bit last stream. So we're just gonna grab it, complete it, and then do the same for the rest of them. Where the fuck is this place? I think it's up in the pillars. Yeah, maybe the thing called Astrologian or whatever it's fucking called. Maybe. Yeah, I think it's over here. This it? Yes, it is. Perfect. Why would Lord Shanaquian Ard, God, that's a fucking mouthful, think that I had information on the whereabouts of a handful of unbelievers from across the blood-brine sea? I'm an astrologian, not a fortune-teller. I cannot simply look to the stars and scry the information of the Viscount's guess. Unless his guests are dragons, that is. I suppose if anyone knew aught, it would be the Observatorium. We here at the Athenaeum are but students dedicated to research. Those with any influence in our field are assigned the astroscope. Let me guess. The good Lord Janaquinard said that he saw you in a vision and told that the stars told him that you were to study Charlayan technology with him. Am I close? You must be the 100th of his little pets to pester me this week alone. I harbor no ill will towards ignorant unbelievers lucky enough to find themselves caught up in talks of stars and fortunes, but you may tell that sorry excuse for an astrologian for the umpteenth time that I have heard not concerning his imaginary friends from faraway Charlayan. Just do not tell the Viscount I called him a sorry excuse for an astrologian, alright? So I'm not the only one that this guy has duped, huh? Janaquinard is still waiting for word on his missing Charlayans instead of actually making an effort to find them, is he? Of course he is. Is it any wonder that in the nearly 15 years since his return from Charlayan, his skills in astromancy have remained unchanged? Any wonder that he has never yet managed to convince a single peer of the value of the Charlayan school? He is a privileged little sprat who spends more time gazing at the stars in young maidens' eyes than actually trying to read the ones above his head. All right. You tell the poor man I just returned from the observatorium, and one night at the communal feasting hall happened to overhear Chief Astrologian Forlamont speaking with one of his aides regarding Charlayan. He was visibly upset, and I wasn't about to risk my career over something I care little about. So I merely put my head down and ate my beet soup. But that is all I know, and you did not hear it from me. Honestly, that's fair. You're better off just protecting yourself, my guy. That's completely fair. Lord Forlamort, and I thought this day could not get any worse. Ah? Oh, no. I'm not suggesting that meeting you in any way could have been unfortunate. It's just, it may not be in our best interest to be seen together as of yet. There are people in the sea who do not approve of my studies. Couple that with the fact that you're an outsider and an unbeliever, and, well, people may come to the wrong conclusions. We must act with caution until we can prove that our intentions are just and for the good of all of Ishgard. So I must ask you to travel to the observatorium alone and meet me there. Unbelievable. This fucking guy. That's onwards and upwards. We don't care about that. We're going, Stairway to the Heavens. Where the fuck am I going for this quest? Oh, yes, Observatorium, as in the one from the base game. Full of the unhelpful assholes that wouldn't tell us where our fucking airship was. I remember these fuckers. Wait till you see the look on their fucking face when I become an astrologian. You know, I always found it a little weird that the astrologian pickup wasn't here, but I didn't realize it was a Heavensward job until we got to Ishgard. I just kind of assumed it was, like, in one of the base game areas, like all of the other higher level jobs are. God, I forgot this building is really fucking tall. Allow me to apologize again for not accompanying you here. As for our business with the Chief Astrologian, you may leave the talking to me. Janaquinard, I might have known it would be you. Who else would be so indecent as to drag an outsider into this holy place of observation? You have always had an unhealthy obsession with the foreign. 'Tis why you are as worthless to the Athenium now as you were when you returned from that heathen city a decade and a half since. But the stars, they can serve us in other ways than merely revealing when the Horde will attack. Their powers can be tapped. The Aether within can be used for... The Aether should be left be. Has history taught you naught about the folly of the Nimians, the Antipori, the Maki? I've heard of the Nimians of the Antipori, but not the Maki. Mine uncle, the Charlians have been wielding astromancy for ages without disrupting ethereal balance. This power, combined with the Ashgardian astrology, could be what it is needed to turn the tide of this 1,000-year conflict. Moreover, I have reason to believe that our masters at the Vault agree, as they have given me their blessing to continue my research. I did not come back to trade barbs with you, Nuncle. Nuncle? Let us save that for another time. I'm here because it has come to my attention that you may have information as to the whereabouts of Professor Mace and his party from Charlayan. For someone who says he is not here to trade barbs, you have been quite generous in your dealing of them today. If it means you will leave and allow me to return to my work, then I'd be more than happy to let you know what information found its way to my desk just yesterday morning. Serpent Reaver sightings and foul weather prevented the professor's ship from entering the Strait of Merlthor, where they would have made their way up the Maiden and into Quarthus. After detouring around the south of Vilbrin, they finally disembarked at Vesper Bay, where they took the land route along the Royal Allegan Sunway to the Black Shroud. It is there, it seems, they lost their way. A lost astrologian. Ha! It is as my morning rating predicted. Dalamud was in detriment in the House of the Spire while ascending over the ecliptic. You must journey to the Black Shroud and assist Professor Mace. Allow me to introduce you to Quimperin. He is my personal manservant and shall accompany you. He is not one for conversation, but his sword arm is among the best in all the pillars. He should see you safe if any danger were to befall you, and something tells me lane danger lurks on the horizon. And that's a sick fucking robe, though. It's a pleasure to serve you. I'll make haste to Quarry Mill and await you there. Quarry Mill, huh? I've been there quite a bit. I've been practicing Palace of the Dead because eventually I'm going to want those fucking nameplates. Nameplates, titles, whatever the fuck they're called. I really want the Necromancer one, but it's going to take a lot of practice. I have questioned the residents of this hamlet and learned that a party of queerly dressed outsiders passed through not but a bell ago. It should not prove overly difficult to find them now. But before we begin, might I ask a moment of your time? I would not dare utter aught ill of my master, but his recent fixation with finding a protege, I believe it ill-considered. This passion, however pure, has left him more than one enemy within the astrological community. Lord Forlamort has seen to this. I fear not only for how his name might be sullied, but for his life. I beg of you, pray do not drag him any further down into this quagmire. Let him quietly dabble in his dream, but let it remain at that. A dream. No good will come of encouraging him. It will only hurt the Viscount and his family. You must remember that while I serve Count Janequinard, that it is his uncle, the Count, who employs me. Now, as for the task at hand, I suggest we find the wayward travelers and hurry back to our respective huts. I shall lead. Might I ask you to take the rear and see that none might take us unawares? I mean, sure, I guess. Ah, that was literally right outside of town. How the fuck did you guys get lost? Literally no more than like 30 yards outside town. These are the Shalarians we seek, and it appears they have found themselves some trouble. Unhand my grandfather. Ah, feisty. We'll fetch a fine price for that one from the pleasure barge captains. Oh my god, Jesus Christ! Fucking dark, holy shit. I'm really just going into it, huh? The soul has spoken. Grab the old man. These wizard types carry on them all manner of begemmed baubles and golden trinkets. Up, or I'll toss you to the snakes. You want to see this old man again, you leave us the girl. Try anything, and he's dead. Gibbs Soul Gem? Grandfather's soul crystal. Why would he leave it here, surrendering any power he might have to free himself from those bandits? Unless you were the one he saw in his reading before we left the old world. But that was more than a moon ago. My grandfather scried from the cards that he would serve as a bridge for the countless souls to be passed to another. Might you be that other? These men of the forests are careless. Tracking them will be no difficult feat. I shall follow and strike before they have time to regroup in numbers. The stars have spoken and laid their path not before you, but before the adventurer here. Yeah, we've gotten these quite often. I don't know why we're looking at it like, what the fuck is this? You must take the soul of the astrologian and place it near your heart. Listen to the tales of those who walked before you, and know their journeys as you do your own. As for the tools you require and the knowledge needed to wield them, I, Laveva? What the fuck kind of name is Laveva? Shall see to those matters. You saw there was no fear in my grandfather's eyes when the bandits took him. This is because he has seen you come to his rescue. Our lives were written in the stars long before we trod upon this land. It is not by chance that you stand here today with the soul of the astrologian in your hand. It is fate. Fate's bullshit. I don't like fate. Fucking... You just tear away all my free will, sure. Oh my god, gear is fucking level 20. It's not even level 30 gear, are you shitting me? The class starts at level 30, and you can't even give me level 30 gear? You gotta give me level 27? Fuck you, game. Fuck you. I mean, sure, I already have probably better level 30 gear, but, like, come on. Oh, well. Back to Foundation. We'll do Dark Knight next. Which I believe is down here. That's more than enough That's more than far enough for charity. There, take care of the rest. And mayhap sooner rather than later. Come on. They got you, okay? You don't seem to be okay. You look dead. You're not moving. Also, the soul gem is just kind of sitting there. You don't mind if I take that, do you? What the fuck is happening? What the fuck? Hi. Did you just... What the fuck just happened? Did you just drain my fucking life force, you fuck asshole? I've been waiting for you to open your eyes. Are you alright? You are moaning in your sleep and sweating buckets besides. Name's Frey, by the way, and no, I'm not a heretic. Try convincing a Temple Knight drunken authority of that, huh? Shame the pompous arse got the better of me. But how about you? You touched it, yes? That couldn't have felt good. A voice, and a rather distressed one besides. Not so fast. We need to talk about what's happening to you, what's growing within you before you get carried away. There's a darkness within us all. Nothing dangerous, mind. In fact, it's quite healthy. But the crystal changes you, gives you the power to channel it. Do it without proper training, however, and, well, it might hurt. So go ahead. Ask me to teach you. Ask me to instruct you in the ways of the Dark Knights, and I will. Sure. I know you're still worried about that screaming woman, so I'll keep this brief. We Dark Knights don't care one whit for prestige or pedigree. We are free to follow our hearts, to defend the weak and punish the guilty as we see fit. The law of the land? Authority of a name? These are tools cowards use to escape harm. We have no needs of shields figurative or literal. Here, my blade is your blade, my soul crystal your crystal. Go on, take them. You'll need them soon enough. You see, this gear's level 30. Like, come on. Why couldn't it... It's fine. Okay, that quest was not only a lot shorter than the last one, but, a lot different. You were totally dead, though. I don't know how else could... I don't know how else to describe it. He was totally dead before we touched that fucking crystal. Alright, machinist time. And we're making quick work of these quests, so it shouldn't be too bad. Splendid! Now the first thing you must learn is the proper technique for handling a fire. Where in the hells is our master of marksmanship? I swear the man is never about when I need him the most. How dreadfully embarrassing. Here I've mercilessly piqued your interest, and now I must ask you to call again at a later convenience. Mayhap the next time you visit, our instructor will deign to put in an appearance. Then we can outfit you with the equipment necessary to learn basic marksmanship, and I might explain to you the particulars of a machinist's profession. I'm afraid he's gone for good this time, me lordship. Left a letter of resignation on your workbench and all. Confound the man. We cannot afford to lose such a pivotal employee at this crucial juncture in our growth. Joy, prepare mine accoutrements. I shall drag that scoundrel back by the lapels if need be. But, me lordship, we ain't even sure where to start looking. You make a salient point, my dear. My prospectrometer points to the lands of Lenoska. Ah, yes, I should have realized that he would return to his homeland. Lenoska, me lordship? Are you sure you want to go there? I hear it's a nasty place, where folk will clout you across the face as soon as look at you. Well, I must admit to little familiarity with its environs. Hark, Joy! The prospectrometer chirps again. Of course, our aspiring machinist. We shall have the worldly warrior of light here act as our guide. For an explorer who has braved the harshest corners of Eorzea, the wilds of Lenoska must be akin to a garden path. Is that not so? 'Tis but a garden path. You see, Joy, my prospectrometer never steers me awry. You'll consent to guide us then, yes? Then 'tis settled. Joy here, in addition to her loyal service to House Haliante, is the finest shot in the manufactory. As a novice machinist, I suggest you mark her technique well during our little jaunt to Lenoska. Speaking of which, we must needs decide upon a somewhat less vague destination. I recall our absent instructor mentioning companions from a Camp Overlook. That'll be our first port of call. Port Overlook, huh? So this is Camp Overlook. Indeed, its inhabitants do seem the type to clout a man in the face in place of a how do you do. Shall we make some inquiries about our prematurely retired instructor? Let us rendezvous at this spot once we've gathered what intelligence we may. Okay. A bloke laid a Ishgard. Aye, there was a stranger coming about asking after one of our lads. Told him the sorry sod he was looking for was in the cabin by the lift, resting up from an axe wound. You mean that big Rogadin bastard? You'll find him pacing the boards in front of the infirmary. Some of the lads seem to know the bloke, but no bugger seems just eager to say ow. It's generally not a great sign. Aye, I've seen him all right. Got himself a gold reception, too. You can't come apologizing for a deed a decade old and just expect to be forgiven. I don't know why I gave that man that kind of voice, but I did. I don't know if I'm ever gonna be able to replicate that voice. I don't even know what kind of accent it was. How fared your interrogations? 'Twould seem our man came here but to visit an old acquaintance. In the vicinity of the winch, you say? Let us investigate this infirmary, then. Were the conditions of your employment not satisfactory? Return with us to the manufactory, and we can discuss more favorable terms. I understand that Ishgardians presently accord machinists rather less than the respect they deserve, but I promise you, our words shall shine through in due time. People will clamor to learn about our profession. You cannot abandon us now, Rosthanal. Think of the future. Leave me be. One more step and I'll blow your yapping jaw off. Joy, if you please. Holy fuck. That was impressive. You shite-eating bastard. Next time I'll aim for the shaft twixt your thighs. Damn. Are you not proud? 'Twas you who taught Joy everything she knows about shooting, and spitting colorful profanity besides. Aye, the lass learned me lessons well. Well enough to be your new master of marksmanship, I'd wager. What? Do you think so? Oh, but no, Joy is far too busy with her duties at the manor house. And besides, we have this budding machinist who is simply dying to learn from the great Rosthanol. Sure. Buffalo shite. Any scrag who's known me would rather I did the dying. Oh, just look at you. The epitome of a roguish swashbuckler. Why did you ever cease brandishing your weapon in that fashion? 'Cause only pirate scum hold a firearm like this. And I ain't gotta teach the machinist way to know opaless sausage-fingered venture what you dragged in off the street. Then you are saying if our sausage-fingered adventurer shows a glimmer of hope, you will consent to instruct her? Did you hear that? This is your chance to display your aptitude for marksmanship. Here, I took the liberty of packing some extra tools for the trade. Convince a reluctant instructor that you are serious in your intentions. You just handed me a fucking gun. This would be like handing some random fucking guy on the street a Glock and say, here, shoot the target. Not from around these parts, are ya? Fine, Stevenian. I'll give your whelp one bloody chance. One lesson to see what she's made of. The fate of Skysteel Manufactory, nay, the very future of machinistry, is in your sausage-fingered hands. Take up the weapon and aim for the stars. Okay. So every other quest gave me level 30 gear. Why the fuck didn't the fucking, why didn't Astrologian? Why did it give me level 27 gear? Fucking cheating me out of gear. I'll be back. I've got main story quest to do. But we did it. You know what we did? We've officially unlocked every job in the game, baby. And now I get to play with them at my whim. Of course, taking some time to learn them all first, of course. The world looks quite different from when I viewed it from the back of an airborne chocobo, does it not? I still find the experience strangely liberating. To business. Sir Redwald is in charge here. You should be expecting us. been far, far too long, Lord Artorial. And who might your companion be? Pray forgive us our lateness, Sir Redwald. I present to you the Warrior of Light, Ward of House Fortom. Ah, yes, of course, Lord Drillimore spoke of you. I, Sir Redwald of House Durian-Dare, do bid you welcome to Falcon's Nest. We are both eager to contribute to the settlement's restoration. How may we be of service? Before we speak of that, would I be correct in assuming that mistress here is unfamiliar with our recent history? Then with your permission, I shall recount the tale for their benefit. As you may know, Falcon's Nest was once a hamlet with a small garrison of knights and some few villagers. And then came the calamity. When it became clear that the snow would not stop falling, we had no choice but to order a complete withdrawal. The settlement and the entirety of the Western Highlands were to be abandoned. Abandoned to the heretics. Lady Iceheart and her kind have walked these lands with impunity ever since. Aye, but no longer. The Holy See has commanded the reclamation of the Western Highlands and the expulsion of heretical elements. Falcon's Nest is the key to accomplishing these objectives. But as you can see, rebuilding the hamlet will be no small undertaking. Our craftsmen require support and protection. Any assistance you can offer will be greatly appreciated. As promised, we of House Fortom are at your disposal, Sir Redwald. You need but tell us where to begin. Ooh, hello. That looks pretty good. That's actually some decent ass looking gear. Craftable gear at that, given that it's high quality. Probably take up the tanking gear. Several craftsmen in service to House Desmal are contributing to the restoration of the Falcon's Nest. These men and women are quite skilled at building and repairing fortifications, but their progress has been hampered by a number of factors. Roth, their foreman, tells me he has need of a woman with her talents. Would you be so kind as to seek him out? I don't know what a craftsman could have need of my talents unless he needs me to go kill something for, like, supplies. Yes, I'm Roth, and who might you be? Ah, the promised help. Glad to have you aboard. I've the honor of overseeing this fine mess you see before you. Sent me over on one of those black birds, same as you, to build and mend and tell others how to build and mend. But fury take me, this ice. It's bloody unnatural how fast it forms. It's icicle sprites, I tell you. Mark my words. There's pockets of them here and there. Just waiting for me to turn my back so they can sneak out and do their dirty work. So I need you to search the hamlet and put an end to it. If you stand watch long enough, you're sure to find them. Icicle sprites, huh? Easy enough. Killed plenty of those things. Alright, can't fly here. I'm gonna forget about that all the fucking time. I'm so much slower than I'm used to. actually do the sharp cast thing so I can immediately get 3 stacks. So I can swap over to ice, to fire 4. Alright. Thanks for the assistance. And over here. Wasn't sure if they were going to follow me or if they just happened to be in the same place I was when those enemies popped up. Easy peasy. I've also put a good amount of time off stream into continuing my Atma grind, not my Atma grind, but my Zodiac weapon grind. Now there is someone who looks like she's found her marks. You're just the sort we needed around here. The kind that'll hop to when she sees a task undone. I'll take the tank. Ooh, casting robes. What do we got? Those don't look bad, actually. That looks pretty good. Is it dyeable? It is dyeable. That looks actually pretty good in white. Honestly, that's not bad. You're a dab hand at warcraft, I can tell. Not that I've any skill at arms to speak of mine, but it doesn't take an expert to recognize expertise. Be a waste to keep you to myself when there are others out what need help, same as me. So if you're keen on keep on doing what you've done, I'd ask you head north to the Pike. The huge bloody statue out in the waste, if you've never been there. Mason by the name of Theramon is out there tending to the thing. Good man, Theramon, but I reckon he's taken on too much work for one. Might there be something you can do to help him with? Big statue out in the wastes, huh? Really out there. We're just gonna follow the trail until we get close. That's not what I wanted to do. I'm so used to hitting the sprint button when I'm on the ground. I'm not used to being on a mount on the ground. Hail to you, traveler. What brings you out this way? Orman Roth bid you assist me? Well, far be it from me to turn you down a helping hand. I've been tasked with the restoration of this sculpture. 5 years of neglect have not been kind, to say the least. Fortunately, I've just the thing for it. Rather, those deep eyes have it. If you could slay 3 and bring me their bristles, I would be in your debt. Okay, yeah, I can do that. Pop. Easy. There you are. Have you the bristles? Yep. Little scorched, but should work. Feel how coarse that is? That's why they're perfect for scrubbing the soot off from this statue. Beautiful, isn't it? The spitting image of Haldroth, the first of the Azure Dragoons and one of Ishgard's founding fathers. A symbol of everything the Dravanians despise, which is why they've taken to searing it with dragonfire every time they pass by. But no longer will we suffer this desecration of our nation's hero. Soon this statue will be as it once was, a proud, shining testament to the determination of Ishgard, and a message to the heretics that we have returned. The work may be hard, and the conditions harsh, but as a proud Ishgardian, I could ask for no greater honor. I'll be taking the casting robes, thank you. Are you for Falcon's Nest? If so, I've a favor to ask. There's this knight, Sir Isidore, stationed at the anvil to the west of here. She's always treated me with kindness and respect. More than I deserve, to be honest. Anyway, while you were away, she came through on patrol, and I think she might have left a package behind. It's a bit of a detour, but would you mind returning it to her? My thanks to you, friend. Okay. See, where are we going with this? It's up there. I guess it would be that building. Okay. I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna get up there. Never mind, I know how the fuck I'm gonna get up there. What's that? A package? I haven't the foggiest idea what you're talking about. Confound it. That fool of a... What a waste. It was a gift, adventurer. Theramont labors day and night without regard for his own well-being. At the very least, he ought to try to eat better. Why not simply give it to him? By the Fury, have you no sense of decorum? A highborn knight can't be seen favoring a lowborn mason in such a manner. Oh, nevertheless, I appreciate your concern, as well as your willingness to assist, Theramont. May your journey back to Falcon's Nest be safe and swift. Pray give my regards to Sir Redfold. Damn. Fucking classism, dude. Just let love be love, man. How hard could it be? Fucking class-based societies, man. I must applaud your initiative. Oath tells me you have been quite busy. Alas, we've not the time to thank you properly. I have a task to which I would commit all able-bodied men and women, you and Lord Artorial included. Calm as ever, even when you must surely sense the gravity of the situation. A veteran through and through, just as Lord Drillamont said. Good. We've lost contact with a reconnaissance party sent north to River's Meet in search of the heretics' hideaway. Whether they were attacked or met with some other misfortune, we know not. But regardless of the cause, we must act quickly, for this is a harsh, unforgiving land which can claim, and has claimed, the lives of many men. To ensure we find our missing knights as quickly as possible, I've assigned each party to a different area to search. You and Lord Artorial will be working together. Seek them out when you're ready to depart, and good luck. Oh, there you are. It seems we've been assigned to the area near Camp Riversmeet. Lest you are unaware, the camp was one of many our knights were forced to abandon when we withdrew from the Corthus Western Highlands. one of many sacrifices made in the wake of the calamity. It would not surprise me if our knights took shelter there. There is but one way to find out, though. Let us be off. Well, not as far as that. Figured it would be that settlement that we went for the Black Mage quest, but apparently we don't have to go that far, thank God. Just follow the trail. I was kind of hoping we'd have more hunting logs to do now that we had new areas and new enemies to fight, but I guess it kind of makes sense that we don't. God, I feel so slow now that we can't fly anymore or have our mount speed increases. Oh, we're so slow. I'm just up here. Oh, wow, that's quite the drop. There, below us. Camp Riversmeet, or what remains of it. I see no way to descend the cliff safely from here. Should we fall, the beast below could make short work of us. Come, I know the path to the riverbed below, east of Black Iron Bridge. I mean, I could totally just jump, but I have a feeling that you want me to go over there. If the reconnaissance party came this way, I see no sign of it. Still, it is possible that recent storms have obscured their trail, or that they took an alternate route to Camp Riversmeet. Until we investigate the camp itself, we cannot be certain. We must press on. Hey, yeah, give me that 15,000 free experience, baby. Gotta fucking love it. The camp appears to be deserted, and yet I cannot shake the feeling that... Pray search the camp while I stand watch. We dare not let the enemy take us unawares. Certainly seems abandoned. Yeah, I definitely... Oh, hello. Hey, buddy. You seem to got yourself into a pickle. Don't worry, I got you. Oh, you didn't die to that? Anybody else? Nope. Nice. Are you all right? I heard sounds of a struggle. Thank the Fury. I thought no one would come. 3 heretics slain and 1 knight saved. Just like that. You certainly live up to your reputation. What happened here, sir? Is there no one else? We were caught in a furious blizzard north of here, my lord. Not but white all around, until we saw shapes moving toward us, running towards us with naked steel in their hands. I cut down a few of the bastards who came close, but the others, they were shouting and screaming, but after a while I could only hear unfamiliar voices. I found my way back to the camp, hoping to hide while the storm passed. But the heretics tracked you here. Aye, my lord, the heretics' hideaway lies somewhere to the north. We must move quickly before the snow buries all traces of their passing. For my brothers, we must. Have faith, sir. Justice will be done. But first, we must see you to safety. He has the right of it. Whatever remains of the heretic's trail will be gone with the next snowfall. But we cannot very well leave our friend here. I will see him to Falcon's Nest and gather reinforcements. In the meantime, I would have you search the area to the north of the camp for signs of the attack. Should you pick up the heretic's trail, do not wait for me. Follow it back to their lair forthwith, being sure to leave me some clear footprints. I realize this plan may place you in considerable danger, but I see no alternative. Rest assured, we will not be far behind. Thank you. Yeah, that's no problem. Honestly, I could probably take the entire camp of heretics all on my own. Like, honestly, it's literally not an issue. You probably don't even need to bring reinforcements. I should just be fine. The tracks continue to the north. Yeah, don't come over here. Just let me do my job. I'm just looking at footprints. Oh, hi. Can I get one fire starter proc? No? Alright, I'm scaled to level 52, so I don't actually have Fire 4 or Blizzard 4. Tragically. Where are you going? Buddy, come back! I wasn't done with you! Listen, man, you need to live long enough to get back to your base, okay? That's about as long as you're living. Not exactly being conspicuous here. Man, I hope nobody's looking out the fucking windows of that building, because that's clearly their base, and they will definitely see me. I'm not trying to hide or be conspicuous about the fact that I'm following this guy at all. I'm just straight up chasing after this guy. Not a lot of room for the camera here. Yep, there goes the ley lines. No healing for you. Well, absolutely fucking decimated them. As expected, I didn't need the help. I just handled it myself. Iceheart, how's it going? It's been a bit. I did kill all your guys. They attacked me first. Not really my fault, okay?
Looking for me, I presume.
Not necessarily for you in particular, but yeah, I guess.
The child who glimpsed the truth.
Hey, Midgard Solmer, how's it going?
No, it cannot be.
She cameth unto me, as didst thou.
Okay, can we, like, rephrase that a little bit?
Alike in gifts, yet set upon different paths.
He speaks true, warrior of light. Like you, I have been blessed with the echo.
Yeah, I kind of figured that.
The visions terrified me at first. They came without warning. I wondered what I had done to deserve them. But I had no time to ponder such things once the calamity came. The land turned against us, and in a matter of hours, Falcon's Nest was buried under 10 fulms of ice and snow. We had no choice but to flee for Ishgard. We came to the wall, and while we searched for a way through, there was an avalanche. And then I was alone. So I set forth for Dravania. I knew full well what might happen where I found. But I could not survive on my own. I was found, of course. And not by a mere dragon, but by the great worm Hraesvelgr. And it was then that I knew why I had been given this gift. For with it I heard his voice, and saw the truth through his eyes.
Okay, and that truth would be...
I was chosen to deliver this revelation to the people. To bring dragon and man together as they once were, and should ever be.
And what are the innocents who died when you attacked Foundation?
It wasn't supposed to be like that. You have to believe me. It was beyond my control.
I mean...
Children taught to fear the skies. who saw their loved ones slaughtered. Yet the Dravanians, though they know where the fault truly lies, fell upon them with such fury.
Honestly, it seems like you're not too bad, honestly.
Everlasting. To us, then is as now. Thou canst not comprehend the violation, the outrage, the fury.
I will make this right. I am neither a saint nor a savior, just another sinner. Yet I will not forsake this cause. I cannot. I will see this cycle broken and peace restored. We can do naught else, for we are now as one.
Yeah, that's fine. Honestly, she can leave. I don't necessarily think she has any evil intent, necessarily. Certainly, not great, but, I also don't think she deserves to be executed by the Ishgardian state for, heresy. I think that's, not great. None of you idiots decided to check inside the building? Praise Alona, you are alive. We came as swiftly as we could, but I see we are too late. So they were looking in the cellar of this farmhouse. 'Tis a pity Lady Iceheart escaped, but we must not let that detract from your accomplishment. We have them on the run. You have dealt our foes a telling blow this eve, my friend, and I shall see that your efforts are recognized. Let's go. I like being recognized. I've done a lot of great things. Establishing an outpost in so remote a location could not have been easy. Tenacious devils. The knights have matters here well in hand. Let us return to Falcon's Nest and share our discoveries with Sir Redwald. Come, after tracking heretics across malms of ice and snow, I would say you are due a few hours' rest next to a warm fire. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Oh, Sir Redwald, I have returned. Your heretic problem has been solved. Well, not entirely, but mostly. Lord Artorial, a warrior of light. Full glad I am to see you both hale and hearty. Hale and healthy. What news? You mean to say you hunted the heretics down on your own and slew them before reinforcements could arrive? By the Fury! I believe we have made great strides towards purging these lands of heretics, and I mean to say as much when I deliver my report to my father in the Holy See. As will I, Lord Artorial. May it serve to remind our superiors what Houses Doriander and Fort Tom could achieve through continued cooperation. Indeed. I trust you and your knights are content to handle the rest? We most certainly are, my lord. During your short time with us, you and the Warrior of Light have accomplished far more than I had thought possible. I cannot in good conscience impose upon you any longer. Pray return to Ishgard with my thanks. As you wish, Sir Redwald. We thank you for your hospitality. Let's see. We're going here. So last vigil. I would speak plain. From the first, I questioned your motives and your competence. Unjustly, I now realize. Rumors have a way of growing more fantastic as they spread, and quite frankly, those surrounding you beggar belief. But Haurchefant swore that all the stories were true. He championed your cause and begged Father to grant you patronage. And he duly listened, because for all his wisdom, he has never been able to say no to my dear half-brother, the legacy of my father's sole indiscretion. Mother hated him, of course. Even on her deathbed, she refused to acknowledge him, and, to be honest, she was not alone in her feelings. But that is not the worst of it. At Camp Riversmeet, when we came upon the wounded knight, I knew immediately that one of us would have to pursue the heretics alone. An onerous task fraught with danger. And there you were, the savior of Eorzea, an honored guest of House Fortam, my new comrade-in-arms, Haurchefant's new dear friend. I told myself it was to be a test, but part of me hoped that you would fail. Yet you accepted the task without a word of protest, nor any sign of fear, and you duly tracked the enemy down, faced him alone, and lived to tell the tale. Plainly, Haurchefant had the right of it all along. That I doubted your strength speaks mine own weaknesses, but I will not doubt you again. On that you have my word. Better not fucking doubt me again. The fucker really thought so-called savior of Eorzea is not gonna be able to do shit. What the fuck is up with this guy? Fucking idiot. Onwards and upwards. The Sea of Clouds, Abelathia's Spine. This is very different.
Upon an airship, conceived within the fecund mind of Sid Garland, renegade prodigy of Garlemald, who had come to call Eorzea home.
It's a big fucking airship.
High into the heavens, where isles of earth and stone floated as clouds. A frontier the knights of Ishgard had scarce begun to explore. To a fledgling outpost, within the Sea of Clouds, where careworn scouts ever scanned the skies for winged shadows, she came.
I was not expecting this kind of an area. Figured it would be all ice and snow, but apparently not. Awfully cold up here. I mean, Quartus may not be blessed with the warmest weather in the world, but compared to this, it seems positively balmy. And of course, our hero is wholly unperturbed. You don't have to maintain that strong silent persona all the time, you know. Never mind. We need to find Lady Lonnie Eat. She's in charge of the garrison here. Oh, and when we find her, just follow my lead, yes? Excellent. Yeah, sure, guy. Sure. I'm just gonna tune to this aetherite real quick, if nobody minds, you know, just... I'm gonna come here when I want. Nice place, though. Nope, I'm still actually going this way. I think. Welcome. I am Sir Laniet de Haliorte, commander of the forces sanctioned here at Camp Cloudtop. Strange though it may sound, I have long dreamed of meeting you. I'm in your debt, you see, and shall ever remain so. Were it not for you, my younger brother Francel would have been executed upon the word of a false inquisitor. Oh yeah, that guy. I remember him. Totally did save his ass. Alas, a knight must go where duty demands, and thus I have been unable to seek you out. But by the grace of Helona, I have been granted an opportunity to thank my brother's savior in person, and call upon her generous aid besides. Truly, I know not what I have done to deserve this double blessing. Tis a pleasure to see you again, my lady Laniette. You cut an elegant figure as always, a steel-clad rose, equally at home on a battlefield or in a ballroom. Lord Manolin, if it's not too much to ask, should be grateful if you would allow me to finish speaking with the Warrior of Light. Camp Cloudtop was established to provide early warning of impending Dravanian incursions. The high elevation afforded by the floating isles makes it ideal for this purpose. Yeah, naturally. It also makes us ready a target for attack. We're not defenseless, however. The Protector, our largest and most advanced airship, is capable of downing all but the mightiest dragons. Alas, as you may have noticed, it's currently undergoing repair. What is worse, our efforts have been hampered by an indigenous beast tribe known as the Vanu Vanu, with whom we have had several skirmishes already. No beastman is a match for a man of Ishgard. Bring me a birdman and I'll show him a thing or two. I fear much and more may be asked of you in the days to come. She is totally not fucking interested in that guy whatsoever. While I understand Count Edmund's intentions, I would rather not waste valuable time ensuring that the young lord doesn't get trampled underfoot. True, it is entirely possible that he may learn something from this experience, but if left to his own devices, I think it far more likely that he will make a mess of things. Tell him that I would like him to keep watch for Dravanian outflyers. Then, when you have a moment to speak with his manservant in private, make it clear that it is his responsibility to keep Emmeline from shirking his duty. A request from Laniette. Why didn't she think to ask me in person? Surely she must see me standing here but a few yalms away. Oh, never mind. What is it? Mission? Yes, of course. That is why I'm here. I shall do as my lady asks. I do not believe I have properly introduced myself. My name is Honoroit, and I serve at the pleasure of Lord M.N. Elaine. Lady Laniette would have me accompany Lord M. Elaine on his mission? I understand completely. I will do my utmost to keep him out of harm's way. Job done. They're out of our way now. Were he of another house, mayhap I would not feel obligated to go to such lengths, but to preserve his safety and dignity. In any case, I appreciate you speaking to him for me. It would seem he actually listens to you, at least more so than others. Or mayhap you are more skilled at this than most. I suspect you have had to humor your fair share of difficult men before. Yeah, you could say that. Now that Emanuelaine is out of harm's way, we are free to discuss matters of actual import, such as our struggles with the Vanu. We first encountered the Vanu several years ago when we had just begun to explore the Sea of Clouds. After an exchange of pleasantries and gifts, we received permission to construct a permanent lookout post. There was peace between our peoples for half a year, until suddenly, for reasons unknown, their attitudes towards us changed. They began to attack our foraging parties without provocation, forcing us to rely more heavily on supplies flown in from Ishgard. But words are no substitute for first-hand experience. Go and see Sir Marielle. She could use your assistance. This is quite a steep climb. Not really greatly designed, huh? Lady Laniette told me you were coming. I hear tell you've never faced a Vanu before. Well, spend enough time on patrol and you're sure to cross paths with them eventually. The Birdmen are native to the Floating Isles. I say Birdmen, but they're not at all like the Ixal, unless that Ixal's mother was a Gigas. Here, let me mark several locations on your map. If you discover any Vanu in these areas, kill or drive them away. Okay. Beastmen quests never stop, huh? Oh. Can't jump off that. Let's see, what are we working with? What the fuck are you? God, those things, kind of ugly. They're like weird, stout owl people. I don't know how else to describe them. Beat this up, please. Oh. Also, what the fuck are you? What the fuck? Okay, then. Weird fucking creatures. Yeah, no, it's probably just as fast to use the mount to get back. Okay, now I'm lost. New Beast Tribe areas. I think this means they're gonna be new Beast Tribe-like quests and shit. Finished with your patrol. Anything to report? Maybe it was too much hope for a day without a skirmish. At least I can take solace in the fact that Halone has blessed us with a mighty ally. Expecting your recent clashes with the Vanu, it cannot have escaped your notice that things here are rather peaceful, to the detriment of our garrison's discipline. Despite being built as an observation post, we have yet to record a single intrusion by the Horde. That is why, as far as everyone is concerned, Camp Cloudtop is a backwater of no significance. And, of course, the pride of our camp, the vaunted Protector, is in perpetual state of needing repairs, so even were the Holy See to come under Dravanian attack, we would be unable to fly to their aid. Simply put, this is where ambition comes to die. If you haven't aspirations for advancement, you'll be right at home. However, I would like to think that enthusiasm can be just as contagious as apathy. If you'll indulge me, I would have you seek out the sentries and stroke their fighting spirit. Psych them up, you might say. Sure, I've done this before. Do I not have psych? Yeah, I'll just... Fine. We'll just do it this way. What is it? Is it the Horde? By the Fury, whatever possessed you to do that? I'm awake. Worry not. After the shock you just gave me, doubt I'll sleep for a fortnight. Am I really that terrifying? Damn it. Ye gods, where did that come from? Fine, if you insist. I'll make an effort to be more alert. But really, I fail to see the point. We're hundreds of moms away from the front lines, which is just the way I like it, thank you very much. Yeah, that's fair. Hey, buddy. How's it going? Is it an attack? What should we do? What should we do? You had me fooled there for a moment. An amusing jest, albeit a tad cruel. Surely you must realize how unsuited I am to the monotony of mere sentry duty. Yet you still tempt me with the promise of excitement. No, this won't do. This won't do at all. Lady Laniette will give me a grand mission as befits my station. Oh no. That's not... Oh. I didn't mean for that to happen. Well, I'm sure Laniette can handle it. Probably. Many thanks. I can already see a change in our sentry's behavior. Beg your pardon, Lord Menelaine said what? Well, I have no doubt that Lady Laniette will do her utmost to oblige him. If Lord Menelaine is going to demand a more dangerous duty, then I expect Lady Laniette will want you to accompany him. You might as well speak with her sooner rather than later. There's no use avoiding the inevitable. Fucking Loverboy is gonna get me dragged into some crazy shit, isn't he? Lord Menelaine has just informed me that mere sentry duty is beneath him. I understand we have you to thank for this epiphany? Well, there's nothing for it but to give him something more demanding then. Can I count on you to keep him safe? Excellent. We're in constant need of fresh water in Clamp Cloudtop, as there are no underground sources we can tap with wells. However, there is a unique variety of crystal we have recently discovered that which may enable us to obtain water through other means. These spring crystals can be found in Vor Cyan Saran, to the east of here. I would have you and Menelaine bring one back to us. You may have to contend with the feral beasts which populate the lakes, not to mention Vanu scouts raging from the nearby settlement. Of course, that all pales in comparison to keeping the young lord entertained, but you have doubtless grown accustomed to that by now. Good luck, and be safe. Come on, we're doing a job. Lady Laniette told you to tell me about my mission once again? If I didn't know any better, I swear she's avoiding me. Anyway, what is it? Go and fetch a spring crystal from the floating lakes to the east. With me. You're not making this sound terribly appealing. Still, I shall be glad to have you come along. Come along then. Yeah, I have a feeling this will go fucking phenomenal. I'm sure everything will work out just fine and nothing will go wrong. there's water right here. So this is for... I know. Why don't you and I make it a competition? Whoever finds the superior specimen wins. Honorit shall judge our entries on size, purity, and, say, aesthetic sensibilities. Let us begin at once. Okay. I don't really think that's the purpose of all this, but fine. Also, that is a big fucking area to search. Oh, we learned despair. Nice. I already took a look at this, and this just looks to be like a single target flare that does more damage. But doesn't have the AoE. So it's useful. I have to really check every fucking one of these green fucking rocks. Alright, I don't seem to be able to check that one. There's so many of these fucking things. Can't check that one. It's probably just the ones in that big central pool that I can check, now that I'm looking at it. What the fuck is that? The weird, floating, spinning thing. I don't even know how to describe. What the fuck is that? This one's taking longer to interact with, I think, so this is probably the one we needed. This is a fucking huge map, by the way. Fucking massive. I think I'll put this on Control 3 and this on Control 4 for single target AoE, respectively. Have you brought an entry for the contest? Yeah, here, take it. My understanding of such things is limited, But can this truly be used to draw moisture from the air like water from a pump? Fascinating. Lord Emanelaine has been gone for an awfully long time. Did you perchance see him while you were searching for your crystal? You must realize the dangers of wandering too far in such a place. Mayhap I am worrying about nothing, but I must ask that you assist me in looking for him. We shall find him more quickly if we split up. Pray search the southeastern area of Svor Cyan Saran as swiftly as you are able and rendezvous with me in the north. Farewell and good luck. Yeah, something tells me the young lord has gotten himself into some fucking trouble, like the fucking idiot he is. No, is he here? Probably not. All right. Let's go see what kind of trouble he's gotten himself into. Lord Emanelaine has been taken by the Vanu. They had my lord surrounded, a whole gang of them. Please, you must come quickly. Yeah, I can't say I'm surprised. Really needs to learn to just listen when people tell him to sit still. The Vanu must have taken him to that village, mayhap to present to their chieftain. I will make haste to the Rose House and tell Lady Laniente what has happened. Yet by the time I return with aid, it may already be too late. Forgive me for asking, but should you spy an opportunity to sneak past the sentries and rescue Lord Emanelaine in my absence, I beg you to take it. I know he could be a trifle presumptuous and insensitive and, well, insufferable, but he doesn't deserve this. Yes, you have. Good to see you. How's your night going? Also, I know he said sneak into the village, but I got much better plans. Honestly, that's fair. Had a good couple days off work this week, and I am not looking forward to going back tomorrow morning. But what can you do? Also, what the fuck are these things doing? Like, what is this little jig? Just cut a swath through the entire encampment. What is this nonsense? You gotta save Emma. Fucking idiot. Good? That was thoroughly unpleasant. Oh, well. Can you move any faster, buddy? Like, my guy, please. And you're just gonna sit there and cower. Of course. We're good? My god, you really can't move any faster than that, can you? It's not like we are currently attempting to escape from a bunch of bird people or anything. Let's hurry it up a bit, buddy. I don't know. Oh, there's where those enemies are. God damn it. Oh, hush, Font, my boy! Thank God. Back up. Honestly, for no other reason than these guys are. This guy is fucking slow as shit. Come on. Well, let's go. We've got Hashafont backing us up. Can we move faster, please? Oh, my fucking word. Honestly, with how fucking slow this idiot moves, it's kind of his fault if he dies. let's keep moving. God, he's slow.
Reinforcements. Anger of Honu, chief of mighty Vondo, royals like blackest storm clouds.
Right, yeah, totally.
Of the Netherlings to the white, cloud sea swells and he comes.
Okay. What the fuck? What in the hell? Fucking whale bird thing?
The white, mighty Bismarck, lord of the mists.
What? Okay.
A flying whale? By the fury, it's a primal. We must away.
Yeah, no shit. I mean, I could probably take it, but yeah, it's best to probably run and deal with that later. Or not.
Damn! Bloody typical. All right, we're going in.
Sid, what the fuck are you doing here, buddy?
Aye, aye, Chief.
Not Biggs and Wedge, you were here too? No, ow. Convenient fucking timing.
All aboard!
Yet again, Sid and his fucking airship saves our ass. Hey, Sid. Nice redesign. The gods only know what might have happened had we not been around to save you. No need for thanks, though. It's not as if you haven't done the same for us on a few previous occasions. Alright, more than a few. 'Twas but blind chance that brought us together this time, in case you were wondering. The Holy See petitioned the Ironworks for assistance with this creation of theirs, the Protector. Apparently they just can't seem to get her flying. Anyway, I came to Camp Cloudtop to cast an eye over the ship, only to learn that you had arrived some few days before with the Ishgardian lordling in tow. Small world, I thought, just as said lordling's manservant skittered into view, babbling about his master having been captured, and you risking all to rescue him. And the rest, they say, is history. Right, well, I hate to cut short our reunion, but I am here on business, after all, and the boys are already hard at work. Don't worry, old friend, we'll speak again soon, I promise. Amenelaine. Very well. I admit it. It was an incredibly harrowing experience. I could have very well have died, you know. Me. Dead. On the other hand, by risking life and limb on the line of duty, I did succeed in uncovering the existence of a new primal. And that, old girl, is no small feat. I have made a historic discovery. A fact even Lady Laniette will have no choice but to acknowledge. Yes, I am rather looking forward to basking in the sunshine of her praise. Speaking of which, isn't it time we made our triumphant return? Oh yes, I'm sure you'll get lots of praise. Definitely. Definitely. Hey, Laniette. I brought your idiot back. Praise Helone, I feared the worst. What happened out there? A primal? Are you sure? Yet, now that I think on it, this Bismarck is reminiscent to the white whale of Vanu legend, a massive creature said to swim in the sea of clouds. From what I have learned of the comparable summonings, the presence of the Vanu's god would certainly explain the sudden change in their behavior towards the people of Camp Cloudtop. You mean to say that they've fallen under the Primal's influence? I recall reading such things in the documents provided by Master Elfino. Aren't we forgetting something important, Lady Laniette? A little recognition for the hero of the hour, a few choice expressions of gratitude, respect, admiration, and so on? Why, yes, you are right. Of course. The Warrior of Light deserves all that and more for having risked her life to rescue such an esteemed personage. Well, if there is naught else to discuss, I would depart for Ishgard forthwith. The Holy See and the Temple Knights must be informed of this new threat without delay. But of course, you have done more than enough here. Pray return to Ishgard with Lord Hashafont and give my warmest regards to the Count. So, that's it then? No more forays into enemy territory? Very well. I can see my services are no longer needed. Take care, Lady Laniette. May our next meeting take place under more felicitous circumstances. Fucking dumbass. All's well that ends well, eh? To the airship landing, then. We can speak on the journey home. That's the two starting questions down. I wonder what's next. More Iceheart drama? Dealing with Bismarck? I confess, I have always been rather fond of airship travel, The chill of the wind upon your face, the warmth of the blood pumping in your veins from the excitement. I find the whole experience indescribably invigorating. Or mayhap it is simply the joy of having cheated death yet again. In any event, I must make for the congregation and inform Sir Aymeric of all that has occurred. Menelain should have returned to the manor by now. Why not go and see if he has recovered from his ordeal? I don't know if recovered is the word I'd use for it. It's probably faster just to take the Aethernet. Menelain. Oh, it's you. Gods, did he have to strike me so hard? Father, he did not approve of how I handled matters in Camp Cloudtop. How I endangered the lives of others through my own recklessness and incompetence. It's not easy playing the hero, is it? What a fucking loser. Ooh. Ah, my lord and the count much desires to speak with you regarding your time with Lord Artorial and Lord Amenelin, if you would remain here for a moment.
The hero returns. I cannot thank you enough for saving young Emanelain's life. Aye, he told me everything. I've also received letters from both House Zamail and Durandare praising your conduct, and that of House Forton. You've won as much honor, my friend.
I do my best, you know how it is.
My lord.
What is it? Speak.
Pray forgive the intrusion, my lord, but I bring grave tidings.
Oh?
Master Alphino and Mistress Tataru have been detained on suspicion of fomenting heresy.
How am I not surprised?
What? Explain.
They were observed entering a tavern in the lower levels on some half-dozen occasions. There, it is claimed, they made a number of inquiries.
Tataru, god damn it.
Inquiries which brought them into contact with certain elements. 'Twas this which prompted a knight of the Heavensward to demand that they be questioned.
The Heavensward, huh?
My lord.
Sir Grinno is a brute. Exceedingly accomplished brute, but a brute nonetheless. Alas, he is also a son of House Zamail. How quickly we forget the petty nature of men. I'd wager your friends are no more than pawns in another of my countrymen's games. Such is the way of things between the high houses.
Okay, so what do you want to do? You want to break them out? You want to go do something else? Though you have won the hearts and minds of many of my countrymen, there are those who would never be swayed. Men who will dismiss your efforts and resent your successes even as we celebrate them. 'Tis like that one such member of House Desmil is manipulating Sir Grinno, for he is not a man to dabble in politics of his own volition. He may genuinely believe your friends to be guilty, though I am quite certain his masters know better. Yet the truth will avail us not if we cannot prove their innocence. Proven more innocence? We're already having to do this with a bunch of different people. Now we're doing it here. God damn it. It never fucking ends. You would do well to speak with Sir Aymeric at the congregation of our Knights Most Heavenly. He will know more of these charges. Never catch a break around this fucking place. Aymeric, my boy! How's it going, buddy? It's been a bit. It's been too long. Would that this visit came under happier circumstances. You are come to plead for Master Elfino and Mistress Tataru, I take it. Word of their detainment reached us while I was delivering my report on the Vanu Primal. And truly, I know not which is the more ludicrous, these charges or that flying feathered whale. That Sir Grinau's accusations are baseless, I have no doubt. Refuting them will be difficult, however, as he is a knight of the Heavensward. I speak of the personal guard of the Archbishop, the 12 finest knights in all of Ishgard, sworn to serve his eminence alone. Suffice it to say, their testimony is unimpeachable, and I have not the authority to challenge their actions. After all the Scions have done, routing out heretics and defeating Shiva, helping us to defend the steps of faith and drive back the Dravanian horde, after proving themselves true allies on countless occasions, is there naught we can do? I fear there is one path left to us. We must demand a trial by combat. But of course! In a trial by combat sanctioned by the Inquisition, the victor's claim is judged true regardless of the petitioner's standing. Under Ishgardian law, a trial by combat pits the accuser against the accused. In this instance, Master Elfino and Mistress Tataru would be expected to face Sir Grinau and a second of his choosing. Another knight of the Heavensward, most like. 2 of them? By the Fury, that can hardly be considered fair. Master Elfino's magical talents will not have gone unnoticed, meaning that he will have no choice but to participate. Mistress Tataru, on the other hand, is quite obviously bereft of martial skill, and should be afforded the right to name a champion to fight in her stead. Lest you doubt, I am ready and willing to serve in this capacity, as I am sure is Lord Hashafont. But all here present know that you are the most accomplished warrior among us, and mayhap in the realm at large. Yeah, I'll fucking kick their ass, it's fine. A couple Heavensward knights. Come on, probably nothing compared to the ultimate weapon. Nothing. Then it is settled. I will visit Master Elfino at once and inform him of our intentions. Meet me at the tribunal when you have made ready. Until then, my friend. I'll kick their ass. No problem. I hope they don't mind third-degree burns during this fight, though, because I'm sure they're going to get a lot of those. Especially depending on what level I'm synced to. Because if I have access to Fire 4, they're not going to be feeling good after that match. Listen carefully. When the trial begins, the petitioner will be asked to restate his charges, and the accused invited to respond. Then, in accordance with the law, they will be asked to restate their request for a trial by combat. Once the High Adjudicator acknowledges Mistress Tataru's right to name a champion, that is when you must make your entrance. Oh, I cannot wait to see the look on Sir Grinau's face when he sees his true opponent. 'Twill be priceless. More seriously, should you begin to lose heart, look to me in the stands, and I shall cheer so loud you will wonder how you could have ever contrived to doubt yourself. Now are you ready? Oh yeah. I'm as prepped as I could be.
We are gathered here today under the watchful gaze of the Fury to ascertain the guilt of 2 souls in a trial by combat. Petitioners, step forward. Sir Grinno, for the benefit of all here present, I would ask you to repeat the charges which you have leveled against this man and this woman.
I, Sir Grinno de Zemile, brother of the Heavensward, did bear witness to these 2 foreigners consorting with heretics.
Let the accused step forward.
Fucking politics, man. Not really my strong suit. I just blast things when I'm told to blast things, okay?
Alfino Leveilleur, Tataru Taru, you have heard the charges leveled against you. Will you take up arms to refute Sir Grinno's claim, and thereby prove your innocence in the eyes of gods and men?
I, Alfino Leveilleur, am innocent of this charge, and claim my right to trial by combat.
I, Tataru Taru, am innocent of this charge. But I am no warrior and cannot fight. So, I claim the right to name a champion.
To the old and the infirm, the young and the weak, this right we allow. Very well. Who will stand for this woman?
Yeah, it's fucking right. I'm here, baby. Sup, Judge?
Just as I was beginning to doubt the efficacy of the Ishgardian justice system. Come, my friend. Let us put an end to this mummer's farce.
You know, I don't think we've ever seen Alfino fight before. It's been implied that he fights several times, but I don't think we've ever seen him, like, actually fight.
O Halone, render unto us your judgment. Raise up the righteous, and cast down the wicked.
Alright, so we have a Lancer and a Warrior, essentially. Let's focus on the DPS first.
I have my prize.
I've got you now. Down with you!
I really don't know what that did.
It's over.
Absolutely get fucked. I mean, we won! I mean, what did you expect? The Fury has spoken. Alphanode Levier, Tataru Taru, you are hereby acquitted of all charges. Blessed are we who receive her wisdom and see justice wrought by her divine hand. Petitioners accused, go forth in peace. Delivered from an untimely demise yet again. My thanks, as always. By the Fury, what a splendid victory, to see how you strove in the face of adversity, two brave young souls bound together by the puissant bonds of camaraderie. Why, it stirred me to the very depths of my soul. He did. Hashafant's my boy. Oh, he's great. Having been treated to such a rousing spectacle, it seems I only right to present you a humble token of mine admiration. Pray receive of me this chocobo whistle. With it, you may summon a black chocobo, fully trained and ready to fly. Magnificent, is she not? Strong yet sleek, elegant yet eager. What say you? Will you take her for your steed? I mean, I'm not gonna refuse another mount. Lord Hashafant, chocobos are prohibited in the Supreme Sacred Tribunal of Halonic Inquisitory Doctrine. Your steed must remain outside. God damn it, Hashafant. Aether Currents now accessible. Collection expanded. Aether Compass acquired. You have obtained a black chocobo. When riding this mount, you will have the ability to fly, provided certain conditions have been met. To fly in a given region, you must first find and attune to all the local aether currents. In order to attune to some aether currents, you will need to complete certain quests. However, most can be discovered via exploration. To aid you in this endeavor, you have also obtained an aether compass, which will provide you with both a bearing and the distance to the nearest aether current upon use. The aether compass can be found under the collection in the duty section of the main menu. To review progress, select travel from the main menu followed by aether currents. I'm going to do that in my own time. Black chocobos are all well and good, but the true reward for your efforts is the exoneration of your comrades. They shall be released upon the completion of certain minor formalities, which I mean to see to personally. In the meantime, play Return to Fort Town Manor. The Count has done so already, and will doubtless be eager to discuss the day's events. We saved everybody yet again. Still a little concerned about where everybody else is at the moment. Hashafant is like... I can't tell if he's like... He's smart in some situations, but he can be a little dense in some other situations. But he's great. Halone smiles on us yet again, guiding you to victory and setting your comrades free. I confess, I did fear for your safety, which is not to say I doubted your prowess, you understand. I merely knew the strength of your opponents. You do have a habit of exceeding my expectations. Yeah, I could imagine that. Wresting 2 of the Heavensward whilst the city's elite looked on? By the Fury, anyone who hasn't been paying attention to you will surely do so from now on. My lord! Oh god, what is it now? They better not. We have just received a message from the vault. His Eminence the Archbishop requests the presence of the Warrior of Light. Invitation from the Archbishop? What an honor. A personal summons is indeed a great honor, and given recent events, you would be wise not to delay. Go. We shall speak anon. A priest will be waiting for you outside the vault. Identify yourself to him, and he shall escort you inside. Finally, the recognition I deserve. Like, the leaders of the other cities, like, always seemed really like having me around, but they never really gave me a bunch of recognition. See, now I'm meeting an archbishop. You see, that's some recognition. We are honored to receive you. This way, please. No.
Your Eminence, it is my honor to present to you the Warrior of Light.
That's me. What's up? How's it going?
I have heard the tales of your many grand endeavors. The Lord Commander has also been most effusive in his praise.
Can't blame him.
I am Thordan VII, Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church, and I bade you come here that I might offer my personal apologies. You will forgive me for not calling upon you as courtesy would dictate, but as you can see, my more sprightly days are long behind me. But I digress. Your companions were wrongly accused of heresy and subjected to gross indignities. This, I am sorry to say, was the result of negligence on the part of our nation's protectors. Negligence born of an excess of zeal. Is that not so, Sir Zephyrin?
Oh,
Yes,
at least
Your
you're acknowledging it.
Regrettably, it would appear that we of the Heavensward were in receipt of erroneous information. Sir Grinno has ever been headstrong. He pressed charges before the truth had been ascertained, for which I most sincerely apologize.
Finally, some fucking respect. That's all I've been wanting.
An unfortunate misunderstanding born of an earnest desire to serve Ishgard, but one which should never have occurred. For who could doubt the character of those who bested Shiva and drove the Horde from the steps of faith? Not I. That much is certain.
Yeah, kind of hard to say that we're heretics if we literally defended your city from dragons. It seems like counterintuitive if we were actually heretics.
That will be all, Sir Zephyrin. I would speak with our guest in private.
Your Eminence? As you wish, Your Eminence. That will be all for today.
Private discussion? What do you got for me? What do you not want?
Is a luxury rarely afforded one in my position.
I could see that. So what do you got for
Now
me?
tell me, young lady, what do you know of the Ascians?
I killed one. Almost killed another. You know?
Much and more, I shouldn't wonder. Being the bringer of light. You should know that I myself have met with them. Have entertained them as guests, even.
Huh.
Those harbingers of chaos and strife offered us power that we might continue our war against the dragons. I have no intention of aiding their cause, of course. Nor less of being their puppet.
Well, that's good. Probably smart. Allah
Yet, were I
Habrea.
to refuse them outright, I should learn naught of their true objectives and remain powerless to stop them. Thus have I hearkened to their words with interest and paid lip service to their beliefs, biding my time and preparing for the inevitable conflict.
Smart. Keep him at
And why
sort
do
of
I tell you
arm's
this?
length.
Because there is naught in this world they fear more than the power of the warrior of light. If we are to rid ourselves of these vile interlopers, we must needs work together. With our combined strength, I have faith that we can wrest Eorzea from their grasp and pave the way for a lasting peace. Think on it.
I mean, I'm already kind of on a quest to kill the Ascians, but I got, like, more important things to do, like, at the moment. Like, I've got a bunch of friends to figure out where the fuck they are and exonerate us in the eyes of the other nations, like, so... But, I mean, I'm definitely not adverse to killing a couple more Ascians. Alphino, Tataru, good to see that you're both not executed or in jail.
There you are. I confess, I was more than a little concerned when I learned that you had been summoned to the vault. What did they want with you? Well, well. A formal apology and an admonishment of those responsible. I see my fears were wholly misplaced. By the gods! The Archbishop freely admits to consorting with Ascians. So, their ambitions extend to Ishgard as well.
Not really sure why you're surprised about that, Alphino. They've got their hands in everybody's
We will have
pockets.
new primals to contend with ere long, of that you may be certain. 'Tis but a matter of time. Yet shorn of the support of our missing allies, what can we realistically hope to achieve?
In the midst of all the excitement, I completely forgot to tell you. When I was asking around about the Scions, I heard the most awful rumor. General Rauburn is to be executed for crimes against the Sultanate.
Oh, that's fucking bad.
If the Flame General dies, we will lose a staunch ally, and the one man capable of holding the Sultana's assassins to account. Lord Orshafon was wise to counsel restraint, but this business will brook no delay. We cannot permit this execution to take place. We must save Rauburn.
Let's go. Saving my boy. How are we gonna do that, though? Though the situation calls for urgency, it would avail us little to charge headlong into Ul'dah without a plan. Before we can formulate a plan, however, we must first learn how things stand in the Sultanate, which is why I propose that we visit Lim-Salominsa. You heard me right. While you were about your altruistic endeavors, I acted as an intermediary in trade negotiations between a House for Tom and a Laminsan consortium. During said negotiations, an opportunity to send word to the Admiral presented itself, and I duly seized it. I am happy to report that we yet have a stout ally in Limsa. The Admiral has pledged her full cooperation in any effort to rescue Ruban. Accordingly, I have agreed to meet with her, that we might discuss how best to proceed. Naturally, I told her to expect us both. Your presence never fails to embolden our allies, after all. When you arrive at Limsa Lominsa, make yourself known to Sergeant Xanathel at the Bulwark Hall on the lower decks. He will admit you to the bridge. God, okay. To Limsa Lominsa, I guess. I wasn't expecting things to proceed this quickly, but we're kind of going. Well, if we do have to break out Ruban, I wonder if any of our fellow Scions will be in the same place, maybe? Maybe? You never know. I'm still waiting for my boys to come back. Boys and girls. I missed them already. The Admiral has been expecting you. Say the word and I will take you to her. I kind of figured that the other leaders would still be on board with us, that they didn't buy this whole we killed the Sultanate nonsense.
Friends, 'tis good to see you safe and well.
You have a new voice actor.
I had not counted on you seeking, let alone finding refuge within the Holy See, but full glad was I to learn that you had.
Thankfully, we had allies there who took us under their wing. And theirs was not the only aid we receive, I suspect. When we fled Uldar, we fully expected to become wanted men, known to all and hounded at every turn. Yet that did not come to pass. On the contrary, 'twould seem the charges against us have not been made public. Might we have you to thank for that, Admiral?
Sharp as ever, Master Elfino. On Marshal Terrapin's urging, the Elder Seedseer and I demanded that the Syndicate suppress news of the Scion's alleged crimes until such time as irrefutable evidence could be found.
Let's go.
Our argument was simple. Lacking proof to accuse the saviors of the realm of so unlikely a crime would have the people up in arms. In their wisdom, the Syndicate agreed, as you yourself have seen.
Our Wib and Canny Sinners are on our side. Let's go.
Some few days prior to the banquet, the Elder Seedseer and I were summoned for a private audience with the Sultana. There, she revealed her intent to announce her abdication, that she might pave the way for the establishment of an Uldan Republic.
What? But such an announcement would have plunged the entire nation into chaos.
She was well aware of that. 'Twas for fear of what might ensue that she summoned us. Her Grace wanted the Elder Seedseer and I to lend Rauban a helping hand, you see? To aid him in preserving the peace during the transition.
So, having somehow caught wind of her plan, Lolorito and Teleji plotted the Sultana's assassination in the hope of maintaining the constitutional status quo. But they must have known that her death would sow as much chaos as her abdication. Chaos from which Teleji alone might feasibly stand to profit. Surely Lolorito would never knowingly... Ah, could it be? I dare not hope.
The Uldan authorities have yet to announce the Sultana's passing. To allay any suspicion that may arise from Her Grace's absence, they have issued a statement to the effect that she is presently convalescing from illness.
Mayhap they're waiting for a fitting moment to break the news. Or mayhap they know of some other reason to delay.
Something else has been bothering me, Admiral. I was dismayed to learn that General Rauban is to be executed. Yet upon hearing the news, I could not help but wonder why he had been kept alive for so long.
That's a good question.
Mistake not my meaning. I am, of course, overjoyed that our friend still draws breath, and that he might yet be saved. But if his enemies truly wished to eliminate him, they could have done so immediately. I see no reason for this delay.
Aye, you've struck upon an important point, Master Alphino. Following his capture, Rauban had been held in the Marasaja pit within Uldar. In recent days, however, he has reportedly been moved to an unknown location. Clearly, 'twas not the brass blades who spirited him away either, but a band of soldiers decked in blue.
The Crystal Braves.
Aye. If I read the winds aright, the arrangement between Lord Lolorito and the Braves has come under strain. At any rate, if we're to rescue Rauban, we'll have to find him first. And you'll be glad to hear that I have already entrusted the task to those best able to see it done. Our friends of Doma.
Let's go, the Domans. Fucking ninjas on our side as always. Ruban's survival is vital to the Eorzean Alliance. We can ill afford to lose him. But I cannot send troops into Uldar. 'Twould spell the end of the Alliance, and war like as not. If there is to be a rescue, it falls to you and yours to attempt it. I would not have it any other way, Admiral. It was I who founded the Crystal Braves, and I who must take responsibility for their actions. Spoken like a true leader, Master Alphino. By way of a first step, you should seek out our Doman contact. You'll find her among the frontier hands at Revenant's Toll, working in a kitchen. Revenant's Toll, huh? Straight into enemy territory, kind of. I mean, I've been there plenty of times since, it happened, but, you know, since everything's been on the hush and hush, we've been good. Also, I can fly again, thank God. Speed. Up. I knew in my heart that you were safe, but to see you again in the flesh, words cannot well express my relief. Even as the victory feast was taking place, the Crystal Braves turned upon us and took the Rising Stones by force. Amid the chaos, some few of my compatriots and I were able to slip away unnoticed. Since then, we have remained in Revenant's Toll, keeping watch over the mutineers while awaiting your return. You have done well by us, and we Domans do not soon forget our debts. We swear to do all within our power to aid you. Shortly before you arrived, I received words from Linsa Lominsa that you were searching for General Ruban. As the Admiral will have informed you, he was recently moved from his cell in the Marasaja pit. At the same juncture, Yu Hase and the 3rd Unit were observed leaving the Rising Stones. This can be no simple coincidence. Their purpose, we believe, is to escort the Flame General to the scene of his execution. Suffice it to say, we have people shadowing the 3rd. If you would join the hunt, pray seek out the Doware at High Bridge, where I too am bound. High Bridge, huh? I forget which map that's on. Eastern. It's on Drybone. Also, these fuckers really execute people by throwing them off the bridge, don't they? This is the 2nd time we've thwarted an execution in this area in the last 2 streams. I've been expecting you. Time is of the essence, so I'll be direct. Yu Hase and his men are bound for Halatali. We believe that this is where they intend to carry out the execution. Okay, never mind, it's not the bridge. Hozan is presently keeping watch over the entrance. Let us make haste and join him. Going back to Halatali, huh? Alright, they're gonna ambush them there and not go inside, or we're gonna have another version of this fucking dungeon. I've already done the base version and the hard version. Come on. Come at a good time, my friends, but moments ago the traitor Ilbert arrived and entered Halatali. From this, we may be certain that General Ruban is being held within. There's no time to lose. General Alden may be executed at any moment. You must enter Halatali and free him from his captors. Please see to your preparations and tell me when you are ready to proceed. One of our own will accompany you inside. Okay, nope, this is just a instance. You... Hey, how's it going?
Pray, forgive me my lateness.
Lady Ugiri!
Master Alphino, I am pleased to see that the light of resolve shines in your eyes once more.
Ah, yes. How pathetic I must have seemed to you when we last met. I am ashamed to record it. For a time I was well and truly lost. But with the aid of my comrades, I have since refound my purpose, and I shall take care not to misplace it again.
Since your escape from Ulda, my fellow shinobi and I have shadowed the Crystal Braves every step, in hopes of learning the Scion's whereabouts. Regrettably, our investigation has yet to yield any useful information. Pray, forgive us.
You need not apologize, my lady. We are grateful for all that you have done on our behalf. Besides, Ralban is no less a friend, and we cannot well abandon him to his fate.
Damn right.
Hozan, the three of us shall attend to the Flame General's rescue. Pray, draw away the guards by the entrance. Take Dowade and Higiri with you.
God, that went okay. That was completely unnecessary.
With me!
Alright, you're gonna follow behind me. I find it a little hard to believe that all of the Crystal Braves betrayed us, you know? Like, some of them were decent. Of course, then again, the one that was going to give us information was murdered, so they probably just purged anybody who didn't fall in line. No fucking healing for you.
Leave this to me.
I'm gonna lose this fire starter stack, but that's okay. Rabad, my boy! Yeah, this is a trap. Fucking trap if I've ever seen one. He is bound by some manner of magitech device, yet I dare not force it open. It may well be booby-trapped. I have heard of such devices. The Crystal Braves will possess the key. Let us split up and look for it. That will not be necessary. Pray do not take it personally, my friends. You are the victims of harsh economic conditions. Happily, you will not suffer for long. The poison will convey you swiftly into the bosom of Thal, where I hope to join you after the passing of many prosperous years. It's fine. Just keep blasting the gate open. Now we can deal with the slimes. Yeah, I don't think it's down there. Oh, that's the source of the mist. Just blow it the fuck up. Mist done. They really thought a little bit of poison was gonna kill me. Hope we get to kill that fucker, Yu Hase. Wouldn't quite feel contempt if we didn't. Or content. Any keys? No, doesn't look like it. Oh, yep, there it is. Like, seriously, I don't know what's going through the Crystal Braves' heads. Like, they do remember that I did destroy the ultimate weapon. Right? They really thought some poison gas was gonna do me in after that? My thanks. Slowly, General. You are yet weak from your ordeal. Nevertheless, we must quit this place. I should have known. Clever contrivances to the Warrior of Light. Well done, hero. Hey, fucker. What's up? How's it going? Illbird. You mean to struggle on, then? Very well. If you would stand in my way, I will cut you down with, like, all the rest. Come, scions, let's get this over with. Aw, and I was rooting for you, Laurentius. I was like, maybe you could turn a new leaf, but apparently fucking not. And guess what? You get to die for your fuck up.
I have you now.
It is nothing.
I want to... Hello. How's it going on this fine evening?
I'll tear you limb from limb.
Oh, good to hear. still quite surprised these guys think they stood a chance. Fair enough. Fair enough.
This changes nothing.
You sure about that? You really sure about that, buddy? Like, we totally just fucking kicked your asses, and there were only 3 of us.
It is over, Ilberd. Lay down your arms and surrender yourself to justice.
Yeah. But, you know, blowing things up with powerful spells is just kind of my thing. No matter what game I play.
Justice? Justice for what exactly? 'Twas not I who assassinated the Sultana, boy.
Ere we debate who is responsible for the assassination, I would ask whether an assassination took place at all.
Oh, clever little shite. If you think you fight for justice, lass, you best wake up. The truth is,
I mean, that's
you
fair.
Fight for whoever bloody well tells you to. Can you not see you're being used by the Scions, the City-States, even the Crystal Braves? They none of them care a whit what you want, only what you can do for them.
I've been doing a lot of my recent dungeon runs as tank, trying to learn the
How
other
do I know
classes and the
this?
other roles.
Because I'm the same. A pawn to be used as my masters see fit. All I ever wanted was to liberate my homeland, and I ate dirt to make it happen. But what have I
Gunbreaker
achieved after
mostly,
all
although I
these
am putting
years
some
in
time into Paladin.
servitude? Nothing. Not a bloody thing. If we ourselves are not free to think and to act, how are we ever to reclaim our homeland? Know this. There is nothing I would not give to take back Alamigo. Nothing!
I would trust you a little bit more, buddy, if you didn't look like a fucking psychopath right now. Honestly, I haven't had much trouble starting Gunbreaker. I mean, I've been learning a lot of the early level through Palace of the Dead, and then I've been
You'll not get away.
started playing with a new player who I went through, so I got a chance to run through all the early game dungeons with low-level Gunbreaker, so it's been a huge help learning.
No, Master Alpha, no. Now is not the time.
I'm but a cripple and a fool. And still you came for me. I'm in your debt.
We are all of us fools of fate, General. But even fools have a part to play.
On your feet, Gladiator. This fight is not over.
Rest assured, I was not planning to die till I'd avenged the Sultana. Still, your words are welcome, lass.
It's gonna be rough fighting with one arm, but I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Know this, Ilberd. There is nothing I would not give to see you pay for what you've done. My wealth, my arm, my life. Nothing.
General, are you aware that Lord Lolorito has yet to announce the Sultana's death to the public?
What? No. No, I was not aware of that, nor of anything else outside my cell. 'Tis passing strange, though. I assumed the bastard would make it known at the first opportunity, and set about tearing down the Sultanate.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
As did we all. And it is indeed strange that he did not. Strange, or perhaps revealing. Now, I have no conclusive proof, nor do I wish to give you false hope. But I have reason to believe that Her Grace may yet live.
Pretty sure we saw her die. Just saying.
What?
I mean, it's possible, I guess. But, like...
Forgive me, friends, but it is not safe here. Let us continue this conversation without...
Oh, good. Don't worry. And your companions, you're all alive. Good. The general is safe. What news without? My lady, the guards have been subdued as per your command. We have since kept watch over the entrance. There's been no further activity. Then Ilbert and his minions have fled via some other egress. Scour the perimeter for signs of their passing. At once, my lady. General Alden, I presume, and the scions of the 7th Dawn. And who the fuck are you? Pray do not be alarmed. My mistress is a friend, and I come bearing a message of goodwill. For your own safety, she made me direct your steps to the Waking Sands. Know that Master Urianger awaits you there, along with others sympathetic to your cause. This is no ruse, I assure you. General Alden, if you will come with me, I have prepared a carriage that you may travel in comfort, safe from prying eyes. What, we're just gonna trust this? I mean, don't get me wrong, he did say Urianger's name. But, like, are we seriously just gonna... Oh, okay, never mind. You spoke to Urianger off-screen. We're good. We're good, I guess. I have spoken with Urianger via Link Pearl. He confirms the man's story. Ruban is in safe hands. Let us make our own way to Vesper Bay. Also, apparently, I need to make more room in my armory chest again. After I did so well cleaning out my inventory. It's been a while since we have had to go here. I have not yet.
My dearest friends, praise be unto the 12 for delivering you from the clutches of treachery.
Father!
Oh yeah, Grand Company? Yeah. I'm actually as max rank as I could realistically be as Grand Company at the moment.
Forgive me, Father. I should have been
That's
at
fair.
Grace's side.
I do that shit all the time.
Save your tears. The Sultana yet lives.
And...
It was I who arranged this gathering.
And who the fuck are you?
And judging by your perplexed expressions, it would seem introductions
That's a
are
good point.
in
I
order.
never thought about doing that. I knew I
Dulana,
could do that. I just...
head of the Order of Noldthor, and member of the Syndicate.
That would probably be smart. I definitely need the company seals more than I need the gold.
Is she alive?
Young lady, I understand you were with the Sultana when she drank from the poisoned goblet and collapsed. Would I be correct in assuming that you did not personally verify Her Grace's vital signs?
Fair. Always in more need of more glamour prisms.
Calm yourself, General, and let me finish. The truth is not as you imagine it. You are all victims of a most ingenious ruse. A ruse conceived to eliminate the threat posed by Telechi Adelechi.
What? Are you... So we were like... double, but not really double-crossed, more like triple-crossed. Okay.
It is my belief that Teleji plotted the Sultana's assassination alone, but that Lolorito caught wind of his plot and exploited it to his own ends. He sought to manipulate you into eliminating Teleji for him, and you duly obliged. At one fell swoop, he removed his two foremost rivals, all the while remaining above suspicion.
God strike me down for a fool. But the Sultana, how can it be that she lives?
She lives because Lolorito willed it. Her own lady-in-waiting is but one of his many little birds. By her sleight of hand, the poison was switched for a less deadly draught before it could reach her mistress's lips.
Sure?
Some manner of sedative, perchance, of a potency sufficient to induce a slumber like unto death.
Were I to guess, I would say her grace is being held somewhere, dreaming dreams of a brighter Uldar, even as we speak.
Oh, Nanamo. I will never forgive Lolorito for his part in this.
Well, it's just nice to hear that the Sultana isn't dead.
Lolorito's hands are far from clean. They did pluck her grace from the jaws of death. That must count for something.
I mean, true, but he screwed over a lot of people in the process here.
And though one may call the man's methods into question, it cannot be denied that he knows the value of stability, to the very gill, like as not. He craves power, 'tis true.
Oh no, I'm in Heavensward proper.
To depose the Sultana.
Not very far into Heavensward, but it's been something since the end of Post Realm Reborn. I'll tell you that.
I had never taken sides in your feud with the monetarists, but it was not for want of concern for our nation's welfare. Indeed, 'twas out of the desire to see order restored that I furnished your Far Eastern friends with information and arranged this gathering.
Okay, so you are somewhat behind this. Which is...
I hope you are ready to work, General, for there is much work to be done. Our first priority must be to bring matters back into balance. Lest you forget Her Grace's words, the true wealth of Uldar lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people.
I have definitely heard that, and it's been a roller coaster since that point, and it's been a great fucking roller coaster.
As for the more worldly kind of wealth, I am content to let Lolorito help himself to whatever Teleji Adeleji left behind. You, meanwhile, must do that which you alone can do.
That's fair.
Rescue Her Grace, and take your place at her side once more, for her sake and that of our nation.
Okay, so we're diverting to this now, so we're done with Ishgard for the time being, I guess. I had not counted on Prioress's Dulala appearing. In my defense, my suspicions regarding the Sultana proved more prescient. Much remains to be done, but in rescuing Ruban, we have taken a vital first step towards resolving matters in Ul'dah. We couldn't have done it without you. Thank you. I will take casting, thanks. Totaru? Yes, General Ruban is now in safe hands. What? Another assault? Very well, we shall return at once. Pray notify the Count of our coming. It would seem we face another crisis. The Dravanians are preparing to resume their siege on the Holy See. Though I am loath to abandon the Sultana to her fate, we lack the necessary evidence to act upon Dulala's claims. That being the case, I propose we leave Marshal Turpin and the others to investigate, and return with all haste to Ishgard. So another assault, huh? Well, we'll complete this, and unfortunately I have work in the morning, so I can't stay up for too much longer, so this will probably be the last thing I do for tonight. But, it sucks, but, God, I gotta start streaming this game like twice a week or something, just because the week wait between the streams that I'm doing of this game, and, like, it leaves me wanting more desperately. Ah, there you are. Sorry for cutting your reunion with General Bond short. I wouldn't have bothered you, but the city's awash with rumors of another Dravanian attack, and Lord Hoshafont was desperate to get hold of you. Speaking of whom, he and the others are waiting for you inside, so you'd better head in. Yeah, I figured as much. I've been doing quite a lot off stream to begin with, but, yeah. I know there's a lot of stuff I'm missing from this expansion forward. Like, I haven't even unlocked Wondrous Tales yet, which is something I've heard a lot of people talk about. My friend, I thank you for answering our call with such alacrity. I am sure you're aware now that Dravanians are once more gathering for war. I must apologize for this abrupt summons, but we thought it best to have Mistress Tataru contact you by the most direct means available. When the Observatorium's bell tolls, 'tis a warning that cannot be ignored. The Holy See has ordered that we make ready for battle. In case you haven't heard, a band of trappers returning from the west claim they saw a cloud of dragon big enough to dim the midday sky. You get it once you get to a place called Idleshire. Okay. I know it's in this expansion, because I know it has a level 60 requirement, I believe, but I don't know when I specifically unlocked Idleshire. Nidhogg's minions gather once more for war. But I would not have you take up arms in another of our conflicts. When first you came to Ishgard, I offered you my protection. If I cannot ensure your safety here, I cannot well accept your aid, much less ask for it. Scions of the Seventh Dawn, you are faced with a choice, to remain in a besieged Ishgard or seek sanctuary elsewhere. I would not presume to influence your decision, but I must ask that you make it swiftly, lest our enemies force your hand. About halfway through, a little over. That's fair. The one thing I know about this game in total is it's fucking long, and you know what? I am on board. I have been nothing but, like, locked in since, like, probably hour 30. Like, sure, like, middle of A Realm Reborn was kind of slow, and I wasn't really feeling it, but anything, like, at the ending arc of A Realm Reborn into everything past that has just had me fucking hooked. Took me 280 hours for A Realm Reborn and post A Realm Reborn. I wonder how many hours of playtime I have, actually. I can actually figure that out. Play time. Oh, I can't do it when I'm talking. Though we flee to the ends of the world, 'twould seem that no place in this troubled age is free of strife. Once more the horde descends upon Ishgard, and once more her wary defenders must take up spear and bow. The Count would have us seek shelter from this storm, but I, for one, grow tired of running. If we are to shine the light of dawn, we must do so in the sight of our fellow man, not hunkered in a hole. It's playtime no spaces? I did type that correctly. I just can't say it. I just can't do it. Particularly right this second. Let's see. I could kick a couple more dragons' asses, that's fine. Then fight we shall. Let it never be said that we abandoned our allies in their hour of need. Alright, let's try this again. 8 days, so give or take 24 hours a day times 8. I don't know how. I can't do math in my head. 24 times 8. 192 plus 10, so I'm about just over 200 hours. The choice we have to make this day may have grave implications for our order. It is only right that Tataru should have a say. Come, let us all meet outside and discuss the path that lies before us. Nah, I'm Square Enix. I'm Windows. I heard mixed things about the Steam version when I was thinking about picking up the game, so I just decided to go with the Windows version.
Ishgard cannot well endure another assault. Even should her knights succeed in turning back the Horde, the casualties will be catastrophic.
But what other choice do we have? It's not like we can talk it over with them. Dragons and men aren't exactly on speaking terms.
Ah. So there's really no difference other than you can launch it through Steam. And you have to deal with Steam services on top of that. Granted, I've used Steam for fucking 12 years now, so it probably wouldn't have been that big of a deal. I think the other reason that made me decide to go with Square Enix was that there was a sale going on at the time, so I picked up everything when it was cheap. I don't remember if it was on sale on Steam for as good as it was on Square Enix or not.
With certain notable exceptions.
You don't mean Iceheart?
When last you spoke with her, she lamented her crimes, did she not? Then there remains a sliver of hope. If we can persuade Iceheart to act as our intermediary, we may yet be able to convince Nidhogg to abandon his bloody course.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
If there is to be a meeting, I would accompany you.
Estinian? Hi, you've come out of nowhere. I haven't seen you since a Post-Realm Reborn.
Even with your intermediary, Nidhogg's blood rage may render him deaf to reason. However, the mere attempt may afford our forces precious time to prepare. Of course, you might also consider a more direct approach to ending this conflict. With the power of the Eye at my disposal, and the vaunted strength of the Warrior of Light, we could conceivably slay the beast outright.
I mean, we could
If
try.
we were to risk a face-to-face meeting with the Dread Worm, I, for one, would feel safer in the company of the Azure Dragoon. However, I should only turn to your lance if my words failed to find their mark. Is that clear?
Perfectly. I shall assume that Iceheart enjoys similar diplomatic protection until instructed otherwise.
I'm honestly surprised
A
you're
word
on
of
board
advice.
with this.
Think carefully before divulging the particulars of this plan to Sir Emmerich. 'Twould not do to have the Lord Commander accused of consorting with heretics.
Indeed. I thank you for your counsel, Estinian. We shall be honored to have you with us.
I am glad to be of service.
I mean, he just kind of came out of nowhere. But, glad to have him along. He'll certainly be of a help. We have chosen a difficult road, yet even should we succeed in winning Iceheart to our cause, our plans for parley will swiftly come to naught should the Holy See decide to strike first against the Horde. We must petition to the Lord Commander's aid ere we set forth. I only hope that Sir Emmerich will be willing to muzzle Ishgard's forces on the strength of our vague assurances. Tataru, I would ask that you remain at Fort Tom Manor and inform the Count of our decision. Tell him that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn mean to do all in their power to ensure that Ishgard and her people survive. Now this can only go well, I'm sure. Down to foundation.
I want the defenses of the Outer Ward rechecked. See to it that the ballistas are in good repair and supplied with enough ammunition for a prolonged siege.
At once, my lord.
This conversation is either going to go very well or very
Twould seem
poorly.
I have visitors, and unlike those messing beyond our walls, these ones are welcome.
Pray forgive us for interrupting you in the midst of your preparations, Sir Emmerich, but our suit concerns the impending assault. To speak plain, we believe there is a chance the invasion might be halted before it even begins. I can divulge little more at this time, but I must nevertheless request that you advise the Holy See to refrain from launching any preemptive sorties whilst we seek to put our plans in motion.
I will gladly lend my support to any endeavor that could spare the blood of my countrymen, but I would know more of the cause you would have me champion. Will you not share aught of this mysterious undertaking?
It's probably for the best that you don't know.
Know that I have offered my lance to aid in this endeavor. I cannot claim that its success is assured, but our actions should serve to delay Nidhogg's advance at the very least. Which is more than can be said for the ill-conceived counterattack advocated by the sea's more vocal crusaders. They offer glorious death, but little hope of victory. Aye, their proposal does not inspire confidence. Our resources should rightly be spent shoring up the city's defenses. The Azure Dragoon and the Warrior of Light sallying forth together to face the dread worm Nidhogg. I must admit, the mere thought of it does much to dispel my misgivings.
That's what I like to hear.
Carry out your plan. I shall do what I can for you within the Holy See.
Having secured Aymerich's support, we may proceed without fear of a preemptive Ishgardian attack, which is not to say we can afford to dither. History tells us that the Dravanians will attack as soon as their horde reaches a critical size. Before that happens, we must needs track down and win over the Lady Iceheart, and then locate and parley with Nidhogg. In short, time is against us. If you are ready, Estinian, let us be about our task. And that is where I'm unfortunately going to have to call it for the evening. Work in the morning's a bitch, but what can you do? Oh, never mind. We got another cutscene to watch before I call it, I guess.
Such commotion.
Yes, Your Eminence. The bells of the Observatorium warn of our enemy's approach.
So, the dragons are coming. Let them come.
Thanks for the follow, Baron.
In their hundreds,
appreciate it.
Thousands. With the divine blade in our hands, we shall rend their flesh and drown the heretics in their master's blood. Even Nidhogg and his foul brood shall be powerless to resist us. And when we have rid the world of their pestilence, we shall turn our attention to our Ascian allies. See that they are suitably rewarded for their invaluable assistance.
I can't tell if you're saying that in like a menacing way or are in a literal way.
If I may, Your Eminence, the Paragons wield powers strange and unknowable.
Okay, it's...
Can we be certain that they will not see
It's
through our
subterfuge.
deception?
Okay.
we can be certain of naught save the righteousness of our cause. If you would be a true leader of men, you must possess conviction as well as caution. We seek to excise the root of an evil that has blighted us for 1,000 years. The risk is worth the reward.
And what of Estinian and this Warrior of Light? They have plans of their own.
Leave them to their purpose. We must each play the role we have been given. You and your chosen brothers most of all.
Positively glowing there, buddy.
For the glory of King Thordan.
Okay. That's not good, probably. I don't know what that means, but it's probably bad. Okay, well, that's an interesting cliffhanger to leave it off on. Wow. Okay, well, as I said, that's where I'm gonna end it. But fuck, God, if I can find any time to stream this again before next week, I will probably be on. If I can fucking find the time. I'm sure it's fine, right? Maybe I'll get on. Maybe if I have time tomorrow, we'll get on for an hour or 2 or 3, or if I even have the time. But who knows? Regardless, thanks everybody so much for watching. If you still are, I will be back maybe tomorrow. Definitely Friday with Pathfinder with the boys, as per usual. This will more than likely return next week as it is, but I'm really gonna see if I can find a way to, like, put 2 of these streams per week, mainly because this game just gets better and better, and I want to play more and more of it, but 1 stream per week's not enough. But we'll see. Oh, did it? OBS is saying it's working. I don't know. So this microphone is weird sometimes. If I get too far away, it just cuts out sometimes. So honestly, it's possible. But regardless, who knows? Who knows? It's been known to do that. Wait. Twitch just had a heart attack? Yeah, it does that. It also does that a lot. The best streaming service in the world, definitely, quote unquote. But what can you say? Regardless, I hope everybody enjoyed, and have a good night, everybody. I'll be back. It really is. It really